Hi, it's Lance here. I'm going to start a series of me trying to answer some of the questions we're asked all the time. One question we're asked a lot is what's the difference between conventional oil and synthetic oil, and why is there such large differences in the recommended times by different places, by the manufacturer? Conventional oil is made from crude oil. It's refined from crude oil. Synthetic oil is chemically made, and they try to take the best properties of oil and chemically make it. They're very successful at it. The oil is a better lubricant. I think one of the biggest things for our climate is synthetic oil doesn't thicken in the cold, which when you go to start your car, when it's minus 30 or minus 40, it allows the engine to turn over quicker, which then it can start easier, and it also lubricates the internal part of the engine much quicker. I saw a study one time, this is a little while back, and it had an engine it actually had two engines with glass valve covers. And one had synthetic oil and one had conventional oil. And it was at minus 40. With conventional oil, it actually took almost 30 minutes before the oil started splashing on the valve covers, which means that the valve train hadn't been lubricated for about a half an hour. The synthetic oil, in a matter of minutes, it started to lubricate, which is huge for making your engine last that much longer. Um, there's a huge difference in how or the amount of time that's recommended for oil changes. We recommend 4 months, 5,000 kilometers for conventional, 5 months, 6,000 kilometers for synthetic. We get asked, why does the manufacturer say the oil can last for 12 months or 12,000 kilometers? Well, the oil actually can last. The additives in the oil break down, especially in conventional oil. And I think the two biggest things are your oil filter will take particles out of the oil, but it can't actually clean your oil. Your oil absorbs unburned fuel from your combustion chamber. Uh, and I know this 100% for sure because I have a used oil burning furnace, and we had a new uh, delivery driver bringing our our conventional oil, and he by mistake emptied or put the oil into our used oil container, which supplies our used oil furnace, instead of into where it should be, which is our bench, which has the pump to the vehicles. But anyway, what it did cause was my used oil furnace quit working. I actually had to drain about half of that new oil out, keep adding used oil until it got enough fuel from the used oil to allow the furnace to start working again. So fuel is not a lubricant. Fuel washes parts. So the longer you leave that dirty oil with the fuel and the dirt in it, you're not only lubricating your engine with dirty oil, fuel washes things, it doesn't lubricate. My father used to tell me all the time when I was a young guy, change your oil, don't put it off, do it regularly. In fact, he probably changed his oil more than necessary, but he never ever had any major internal engine problems in any of the vehicles he drove, and he drove them for a long time. He got a lot of life out of every vehicle he owned. So one other thing, when we do your oil change, the big difference between us and quick lube places is we do a peace of mind inspection. What that does for you is we catch a lot of the stuff that before it becomes a major problem, we find them. we let you know, give you the option to do it now, and hopefully save you money in the long run. But the big thing about that is it actually helps you have safe and breakdown free driving, which in our climate, you don't want to be stuck somewhere at -30, -40 on the side of the road. Anyway, that's all for today. Hopefully, this was helpful. If you have any questions that you'd like me to try to answer, reply to this email. I'll do my best to answer them. We have quite a few already that I'm going to try to answer. One other thing, be patient with me as I get better at this, hopefully get better. It's tough when you're sitting in front of this camera and trying to talk. My biggest problem is uh, when I have this thing staring at me, my mind seems to go blank. And as soon as I turn it off, I can think of all kinds of other things that I should have told you. But anyway, I'll do my best, and bye for now.